Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to Cheap Thrills, where I play a cheap game to see if it gives me pleasure. Okay, before we get started, I just want to say the game I'm going to play is politically inspired, and I realise this can be a very divisive subject these days. Anything you hear during this video may or may not reflect my own personal beliefs. Mark Goes Blind Gaming is not affiliated with any political parties, and whatever your political beliefs are, all are welcome here. And when it comes to our political leaders, might as well face it, they're all cunts. With that all being said and done, let's cut the 70s porn music, funk, and get into it.
Brexit bites! Politicians lie! The British Empire's dead! The crowds rule Europe again!
Brexit means Brexit.
She said earlier in the week that Brexit means breakfast.
Britain, 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 what a time to be alive! The time of the social justice warriors, PCs and cancel culture. We have no taste in music here. Why? Because we prefer to taste nothing but tea and scones instead. Today, I'm going to be playing Brexit Man. Or is it Brexit Man? A.K.A. Exit Man in some regions. A very simple game with multiple ways to play it. You can compete against an AI or play local multiplayer amongst other things. But rather than me blabbering on, why don't we just give it a go? First of all, you receive a nice Brexit package from the EU. Just like the government promised, we can put this huge sum towards the NHS. €100 pounds? That's not what was promised on the side of that bus. What's the world coming to when you can't even trust what you read off the side of a bus anymore? So I was messing about in the options, and you could add different audio tracks to this game. One of them's just like this boring political Brexit propaganda crap. But I picked the one that said Attenborough's Britain, voiced by Sir David Attenborough. Anyhows, time to Brexit, because Brexit means Brexit, man. Okay, so I'm going to play as this corrupt politician and attempt to Brexit without paying my taxes.
It's just after midnight. In traditional British socialising grounds, armies of thick scum are dancing to Oasis, a rock band. Elsewhere, a male mixes records on the ones and twos. The odd scratch is irresistible. The males are starting to compete for the favours of the females. They're here to pull females with huge tits. These are called booby birds. This small British male listens attentively to the pulsing rhythm. He shakes his body and rubs himself against the female. The female then leaves him. She is seeking a man with bigger muscles, and the male's sexual organ is no bigger than a grain of salt. But nothing deters the males as they consume several times their weight in stella until they reach the vegetation that they need if they are to lay the females. Eventually, they form pairs. As the males grab the females, their testicles flush red. But all too soon, the staff force both males and females to leave. Getting back home is a major undertaking. The males fight. These females are so full of stella that they can barely walk. They're desperate for food. This male is in urgent need of a piss. He flashes in the darkness. This steady trickle brings some relief. Nearby, a female starts to regurgitate a mouthful of fish and chips. Life in Britain.
Unfortunately, as you can see from the score, I did not manage to get down to 0. The minister failed to Brexit and got caught not paying their taxes. This scandal has forced them to resign from their ministerial position. They've been told by the Prime Minister that they're a very naughty boy and have to pay €1 million in fine. No criminal charges have been brought against them. Factors such as Russia's attempted conquest of Ukraine, the current energy crisis and the increasing cost of living, the people of Britain are no longer able to afford to fuel their automobiles. The bicycle has made a huge resurgence and become the most common form of transport.
I want to ride my bicycle, I want to ride my bike, I want to ride my bicycle, I want to ride it where I like.
They see me rolling, they hate it, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, 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 trying to catch me riding dirty. My PlayStation controller is a full clip and my pistola.
Hitman Jaws was never my scene, and I don't like Star Wars, I don't like Star Wars.
When they gon' catch me riding dirty, tryna 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 catch me riding dirty.
I don't believe in Peter Pan, Frankenstein or Superman. All I wanna do is forget all your duties, oh yeah. Bicycle races are coming your way, so forget all your duties, oh yeah.
They hate it, patrolling and trying to catch me.
This tragic accident causes me to lose an eye, a hand and a leg, and the NHS can no longer afford to use the expensive, high quality artificial limbs that are made within the European Union, as EU goods are now taxed. So I'm just going to have to make do with a good old fashioned British made wooden leg, eye patch and a hook. Unfortunately, I am no longer able to work, so live off disability benefits. My energy bill has just doubled, so I switch off the heating. I can no longer afford to buy food, so find myself using food banks. And my greedy fat landlord has just tripled my rent. Unable to pay it, I find myself evicted and living on the streets.
The streets, nothing but lazy words and shitty beats. You're listening to the streets. You still got a choice. Don't listen to my voice. You still got a choice. Don't listen to this twat's voice. I want to see the streets disappear with all the trees. A grand don't come for free. It's a crock of shit. I should have just stayed in bed. I need to rethink my shit. Set me. I need to rethink my shit. Set me. I want to poison the streets. I'm trying to think what else I can say. I'm such a twat. I've got nothing, absolutely nothing. I've got a 1-inch dick, it's too little to make love with. You are wondering why do I say yes, yes, oh yeah. You know it's really, 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 really annoying. I'm really, 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 really annoying. I'm really shit, but my gosh, I just don't know it. I'm really shit, but my gosh, I just don't know it. I should be shot. I should actually be shot. Think my brain is in my arse. Fucking hell. You can turn that off.
As you progress through the game, you earn coins which allow you to unlock incredible characters, like the greatest American presidents. I've just picked one of my favourites, Donald Trump. Let's see how he gets on against one of his political rivals.
I don't care. I don't care. I am a big racist. You're a big man, by the way. And I think we might have a very good relationship, perhaps sometimes in bed. I can tell you, I have a very, very bad direction. It's a lot smaller than it was last year. It's going to be shaken up and stuffed really up your butt.
The great thing about playing as Trump is even when you lose, you can just claim it's fake news and you win. I tried to play as current US President, 112-year-old Sleepy Joe Biden, but there's obviously still some bugs with the game that the developers need to iron out with some patches. because the character was sluggish, controls unresponsive at times, and the dialogue track seemed confused. He'd be talking about one thing and then go off on a tangent about when he was a boy during the American Revolutionary War. He even talks about his time during the American Civil War and how he helped to write the first draft of the US Constitution. I would play you a sample, but it just sounds like an old man with dementia, which is a shame really that they couldn't pull off President Biden's character, as he's achieved so much in his 327-year career in politics. Like, you know, in all seriousness though, this really is an addictive game. My kids are great at it due to their fast reaction rates. I believe my son's completed every mode and has all the characters unlocked. Brexit Man, aka Exit Man, was definitely a cheap thrill. I highly recommend it. Yes, it looks very simple, but trust me, it's really addictive, and once you start playing it, you won't be able to stop. I really wish I had more time to show you more characters and other game modes. You can even participate in the British favourite pastime of dogging. Anyhows, before I go, as this has been a politically motivated video, I'd just like to remind anybody who hasn't voted for me in the YouTuber of the Month competition, there's still time left. I'll leave the link to the voting video in the description. Just click on it and write in the comments section, I vote for Mark Goes Blind Gaming. Simple as. For those of you who have managed to make it this far, thank you all for watching my stupid video. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
You still got a choice. Don't listen to this twat's voice. Got a 1-inch dick, it's too little to make love with. Nothing but lazy words. It's a crock of shit. I should have just stayed in bed.
Fucking hell.
You can turn that off.